Yo, welcome everyone back to the Sam and Cam podcast. You already know I'm here with my co-host Sam. He's clearly ready, boys. And today to start, we're just going to jump right into some NHL, then segue into some NBA, and then finish it off with a big signing in the MLB. Sam, start us up on the NHL.
All right, first we're going to start off with the Buds are at fucking ass. Barely beat Philadelphia, 7-6.
That was awful. That game.
JVR scored a hattie.
Hattie for the boy, the former Bud, bro. The former Bud.
That's 3 goals.
That's 3 goals, boys. The former Leaf coming in, proving his worth. It was such like the Leafs looked so bad all game. I don't know.
It was an odd game, bro.
Like 1-1 after the first, and I was like, okay, this game's gonna be good. And then next thing you know, they're down 5-1. Yeah. It's like, what? They were just down 5-1. Like, I was like shook. I didn't know what to think. 5-1 at one point. The Leafs did go on a 3-0 run to end the second period. So they did make it 5-4 heading into the third. So it was at least somewhat of a game. But the fact that you're falling down 5-1 to a Philadelphia Flyers team that is not even in a playoff spot, fighting for a playoff spot, worries me. Anderson, not his fault, but wasn't great again. Defense seems to be hanging him out to dry. What were your takeaways from this game?
Like you said, man, 1-1 going into the end of the first. Same thing, man. I thought it was going to be lit. I was like, okay, I'm actually enjoying this game. It's not going to be bad. And then it was fucking downfall and then upfall. It was a weird one, bro. I can't even lie. It was something different, that one. But like I said, JVR scored a hattie, fellow Torontonian, Toronto player, so I can't hate on him.
He's actually American, but he did play for the Leafs.
Yeah, fellow Torontonian, Toronto player.
Oh, my bad.
2 + 2 = 4. Fuck it. All right, next point. 6-2 loss against the Ottawas.
God, Ottawa Senators.
That was awful. You can't lie. That was awful.
Yeah, the thing about Ottawa, though, is they seem to always have the Leafs number. Like, I don't know what their record is on the season against them. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. But the Leafs against Ottawa, it always seems that Ottawa gives them a run for their money. Should we really be surprised? A team like Philadelphia that was at the bottom of the league for a very long time got hot right before the All-Star break, and they've had some decent success since the All-Star break, but they were close to last for the most part of the year. They got hot close to the All-Star break, like I said, and got themselves somewhat into the playoff conversation. But that's 2 teams that really shouldn't be giving the Leafs trouble. That did. So,
Buddy, Ottawa's last.
Ottawa is last, yes. Ottawa's last in the NHL.
25-41.
They're so bad.
We have a moment of silence that we literally got beat by a team that's 25-41.
Okay.
I think my men's league team's better than that.
Yo, your men's league team just lost too.
Huh?
Sorry, that's a touchy subject. My bad. But actually flying right back to the Philadelphia game. 7-6, and the defense isn't playing well defensively, but Jake Muzzin was the big producer that got the Leafs back into the game and the leading point getter for them on the night. Jake Muzzin, the defenseman,
Wasn't like Jake Muzzin.
Muzzin,
beard of a freaking legend.
No, it's such a legendary beard. I can't even grow a beard yet, but
I can. I just shave it.
2 goals, 1 assist on the night. Austin Matthews did score 2 goals on that night against Philadelphia. And the offense against Ottawa was just flat all night. Tavares did get his 40th goal. And Riley did get his 20th. So I don't remember the exact names. I think it's Ali Afraidy and Ian Turnbull. I'm not 100% sure on those names, but I think those are the only other 2 defensemen in Maple Leaf history to record 20-goal seasons. So Riley's in some elite company. I forget who it was that led in goals, but I believe it was 22 in Maple Leafs history. So I think you got 10 games left here. Can Riley pot in 3 more goals? I have confidence in him,
You never know.
Get himself into the Maple Leaf record books for the rest of his life. That'd be pretty cool.
Hopefully. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
But yeah, I don't know. What else does they really talk about the Buzz? What about we talked about Jake Gardner last.
They're currently playing the Nashville Predators.
What's the score?
It's 1-0 Preds after the first.
No, man.
Former Maple Leaf Brian Boyle he was here for I don't know if it was one full
He's
season.
a beauty, that guy too. I love Brian Boyle.
I liked him, man. I don't know if they traded. No, I think that
Just
he
as a
just
person,
signed with
he's a
New Jersey.
beauty.
He's a beauty, man. I do like Brian Boyle. Pretty big signing, in my opinion, by Nashville. Kind of an underrated signing. He's a decent player, good fourth line player that can give you good minutes, and he's a little bit of a grinder out there too. He can throw the body around, and another player that the Leafs,
We need one of those guys for the playoffs.
bro, like they literally got. Maybe I don't think the Leafs were looking at Brian Boyle this trade deadline, but I think they definitely were looking at Wayne Simmons. Wayne Simmons headed to Nashville, and Leafs are playing him tonight. One thing is, I've always wanted to touch on this. You look at the Leafs' talent on the offensive end.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of talent, but not a lot of grit to, defend them if someone takes a cheap shot on them, or
That's
runs
the
them
thing
into
I'm
the
scared of,
boards.
man. Sorry to cut you off, but like in playoffs, Matthews, Marner, Tavares, even Captain, like all those are star players. They're gonna get bodied.
Johnson, man.
They're gonna get bodied.
They're all small bodies out there.
Not even that, but like
Nazem
Matthews
Kadri is the main guy who throws the body around on the team. He's not a big guy.
No.
Why? I don't know. I think Matt Martin was a free agent at the end of the season. Maybe he was asking for too much. Maybe the Leafs didn't want to re-sign him, but pretty much you're looking at a guy like Frederik Gauthier, for the most part of the year, was playing the wing on the fourth line because Par Lindholm, before he was traded for Nick Petan, was playing the center role on the fourth line. But Frederik Gauthier doesn't score you much. I believe he has like 12 points in the season off the top of my head. I'm not sure. But he hasn't been anything good. He doesn't throw the body around. I don't really see the point of him being on the team. That's just my opinion. But a guy like Matt Martin, a guy like Wayne Simmons, I think that would be huge
I'm gonna tell
on
you
a team like the
Gauthier right
Raps.
now how many goals he has.
Gauthier, you're searching it up?
3.
3 goals.
He's got 12 points. That's what you're thinking of.
Yeah. Okay, so he has 12 points in the season.
3 goals. He's got 9 assists though. That's not horrible.
Okay.
I mean, it's not horrible for who he is, really.
Yeah, but you look at Matt Martin, he has 13 points. He has 1 more point than Gauthier, and he has 237 hits on the season. And he can throw them if he needs to.
Facts.
Like, there literally makes zero sense to me why you would have Frederik Gauthier up.
Nylander's picking up with some apples.
Bro, Nylander, like I said it last podcast, Nylander, if he can come around and, like, confidence and luck can be in his side come playoff time, the Leafs team is terrifying. And
We just need defense, man, realistically.
Bro, Babcock kind of threw shade at Dubas.
Really?
Yeah, kind of like I don't know if it was an interview. I think it was a post-game interview against Ottawa. He said the lack of depth on the defensive end, like kind of throwing a little bit of a shot at Doobie there.
Everyone can say, you can ask anybody with the Leafs. Our offense is crazy. Like I said, Matthews, Marner, Tavares, all those guys, but defense is weak.
Defense is beyond weak, especially now. You have Martin Marincin isn't in the game tonight. Marincin is actually dealing with an illness.
Yeah.
But like when he's in, I don't even know if he's in because Marincin is literally
He's got
useless.
5 points.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about points. Talking about defensively, he's
But still,
garbage.
Man, points show what kind of player you
Okay,
are.
he's got 5 points.
Yeah.
Riley has Riley's almost a point per game.
That's what I'm saying. The difference.
Bro,
Riley's at 68 points. He's an absolute fucking gem.
Yeah, he's a gem, but you got guys like Riley, who is a very good defensive defenseman and a very good offensive defenseman. He is one of the best defensemen in the NHL. Clearly a top 5 in Norris votings, in my opinion, but I think he was ranked
on our
third
team for points.
Is
He's
he
ahead
ahead
of
of me?
Matthews? He's
Well-
got 68. Matthews got 66.
Yeah,
But
Matthews
was
has
out
played
for a bit.
like 15 less games.
Yeah, he was out.
But Matthews did have a really cold stretch. But I don't know. Like, you look at Igor Azhiganov, Justin Hall. This offseason, like we talked about last time, a move for a defenseman will 100% be made. But, that's enough of hockey. Let's just throw it over to the NBA now.
Let's say one more thing, though.
My
We
bad.
talked about last podcast. Is Gardner going to be gone after this, you think?
Yeah.
He's injured right now.
Well,
he's not playing
Gardner,
tonight.
he's got like back spasms or something.
Yeah, he's not playing tonight. He's got spasms.
He's been out for, I think, like a month and a half, 2 months. Gardner's been out for a while, man. And you got Travis Dermott out. I think he hurt his wrist or he like popped his shoulder or something when he was drilled into the boards. I forget what game exactly it was, but injuries to the defensemen that are somewhat decent. Gardner's not great, but he's better than Marincin. He's better than the players that are there.
I just think he's like another Phaneuf Jr.
Oh God, he kind of is. I do agree.
Like,
Yeah. And I
We
mean,
just
you
need
got
a-
like Travis Dermott, really bright spot for the Leafs. Like I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Travis Dermott.
I hope he stays. Well, you guys could stay. Hope.
Yeah, but like now flying over to the NBA.
Yeah, let's move on over to the NBA. That's it for the Buds. If you guys
Thank
have
God.
anything, let
Hopefully
us
they
know
can
on
pick
the
it up tonight.
Instagram. You can comment or DM us if you guys want to talk anything about the podcast.
Yeah, let us know.
Instagram is SamNCamPodcast or
Yeah.
pod. I don't remember. Fuck it.
Let us know. Star.
Oh.
But
NBA.
It's Tuesday now.
Sorry about no podcast Sunday too by the boys.
Yeah, my
I
bad.
had
You had to go
hockey.
lose in a
I
men's
got
hockey
slapped
league.
up.
Yeah, so
I did
sorry
get an
about that,
apple, though,
boys.
so
But
fuck.
I did get it up on the YouTube. So
But
we're just gonna talk about this now.
from
Sunday.
now on, it's consistently.
Yeah, it's
every
gonna be
Tuesday,
consistent every
Thursday,
day now.
Sunday. I can promise you guys that. If we don't, I got a fine.
Talking about Sunday, the Raptors played the Detroit Pistons for the third and final time of the season, and they were looking to not get swept by former coach Dwane Casey and his team. And, well,
They did.
they did. They lost 110-107. Really a god-awful game. Like, mind you, Serge Ibaka was serving his second game of suspension, and Kyle Lowry did not play because he was dealing with a little bit of an injury or an illness. I think it was a little bit of an injury.
Still, though, I would have loved to see him at least beat Dwane Casey once.
Yeah, well, Casey's got this like confidence now that, like, he made like a comment. I forget the exact quote, but he said, "Coming into Little Caesars Arena." That's the name of Detroit's home arena. What a joke! And Little Caesars.
Hot and ready.
And yeah, so he said when he enters into the arena, he sees 3 championship trophies, basically saying that the Detroit Pistons as a franchise have tasted what it means to win a championship, and like he basically hinted at that's something that the Raptors franchise in a whole has never even tasted. So he's kind of throwing shade, still salty about the way he was let go.
Yeah, that was tough.
What do you got to say about just like Dwane Casey's team? They're hanging on to they're currently 6th in the Eastern Conference. They will be set to play. It won't be the Raptors. The Raps are looking at playing Brooklyn currently, but the Pistons will be facing the 76ers.
Brooklyn.
So I think Detroit would be an easy first-round exit. I would really hope that the 76ers would beat Detroit. They
We'll
have
face them if we beat Brooklyn, no?
no. I don't know how it's set up, to be honest. I think that
me
we
neither.
played between the Bucks and the Heat. I think so.
Bucks?
I think the Raptors could beat the Bucks. I'm not exactly sure how the playoff picture is different in the NHL and the NBA. It always confuses me.
NHL I know, NBA I'm not too
Yeah,
familiar
NHL's
with.
weird. I don't know. It would be the Bucks, Sixers, Pacers, or Celtics, who the Raptors face the second round. I don't know how it's set up, but all tough matchups. But you're looking at this loss to the Pistons. Clearly, if the Pistons do fall a little bit to the 7th spot and Brooklyn does keep winning or continue to, do decent, I think Brooklyn could move up and Detroit could move down, basically meaning a first-round matchup of Toronto Raptors and Detroit Pistons. So 7 home games for the Raptors if it goes to it, because
That
there's
would be
0
so
fans in
lit,
Detroit.
man.
There's
Us against them, we're losing to Casey 0-3.
Yeah,
We face them in the playoffs.
no chance they'd take more than 2 games from the Raptors.
No.
Because Kawhi Leonard sat out the last time they played. They beat us 112-107, and then this time 110-107 without Kyle Lowry. So like a
You
full
almost
roster
think like
hasn't played them.
112 to 107. Like you almost think if Kawhi was there, we would have beat them.
Yeah, and Kawhi dropped
would've got
33 in this game against the Pistons on Sunday,
That's
but
what I
there
mean.
was
Let's
no
say
Kyle Lowry.
20 points even put up, which is like an average. Let's say they would still have beat the Pistons last
He's
game.
averaging 27 in the season.
Okay, 27, which
He's a
would have
beauty.
still beat them.
100%.
Come on, Kawhi Leonard.
I know.
Fuck.
Literally,
Get
the
in
whole
it.
squad. Kyle said that like they need to get the whole squad together. Since Gasol and Lynn arrived on the trade deadline, it's just Lynn was after the trade deadline. Gasol came on the trade deadline, but the team hasn't really played together. I don't think they've been together as a whole once. Lowry's been out with injury. Other players have been out with injury. Leonard's been resting for load management like usual. But there was a game against the Knicks on Monday, which was another case. It was a back-to-back from the Sunday, and Leonard was sitting out due to load management. But like, what do you got to say about that game? Like, it was 128 to 92. which was the biggest margin of victory that the Raptors have had over the Knicks in a game. So it's between the Raptors and the Knicks.
36 points.
36 points, man. Like, that is the biggest margin, and they did that without Kawhi Leonard.
That's the biggest franchise history, no?
Against the Knicks.
Yeah.
So, like, between the two teams, that's the biggest margin of victory that the Raptors have had over the Knicks in franchise history.
It's a good sign that we did that without Kawhi and Ibaka.
Oh, yeah, Ibaka was out, too. I forgot about that. But, I mean, you have to think about the fact they're the Knicks. They're 14-57. You should be beating them by that much. But, you know...
30 million and 2. For the best team, we beat them.
Yeah. Marc Gasol, in this game, he was okay. Recorded a steal and a block, and he got 12 points and 11 rebounds. But a cool little stat about the Raptors is since the Gasol trade, they rank first in the NBA
For 3-point percentage.
for 3-point percentage.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, JV was a very good player. He was okay.
Yeah,
JV was good.
I like
but,
Gasol better.
Yeah, well, Gasol can pass the ball.
Yeah.
Like, have
Overall,
you?
I like Gasol better. JV was a beauty, though. He was a nice guy. But I like Gasol better, personally.
Gasol was more of a not Gasol. JV was more of a ball stopper, man. Like, he got in the post, and like he doesn't have many passing skills. You don't come across.
He was just a body.
Yeah, Gasol's even a bigger body though. That's the thing.
Evan, no. But since we have Marc Gasol, ball movement has been better, obviously.
Yeah, the ball movement's been great. He is and has been for pretty much his whole career.
And
one of the
it will
best,
only get better,
if not the best.
Hopefully it gets better. More better than it has been.
Oh, yeah, you're looking at Gasol, a guy like Jeremy Lin, who just kicked in this game, 7 for 11 from the field, 20 points. It's definitely his best performance as a Raptor. Gasol's had a lot of really good performances. I'd say his best was against the Portland Trailblazers a couple weeks back. I think he almost recorded a triple-double. That was an amazing game, like 19, 10, and 7 or something, or 6. But great stat line. But it's a good sign that the Raptors haven't really been healthy since the trade for Gasol, and they still rank number 1 in the NBA in three-point percentage. So I think that's a really good sign of things to come. Remaining on the season, there is... Well, the Raptors are 50-21, so that's 71 games. So they have 11 games remaining on the season, and I think that's enough
one
time.
One of them is tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Oakland.
One of them is tomorrow. Who do they play?
OKC.
Oh yeah, that's the home and home. That's gonna be they play at Chesapeake Arena in Oklahoma City on Wednesday, so tomorrow, and OKC is actually coming to Toronto to face the Raptors on Friday. So that'll be a nice little 1-2 there.
Sunday party. That Thursday pod is gonna be lit. Talk about OKC.
Super lit. It's between both games.
Yeah.
So that's beauty. But as I was saying, hopefully Lowry can recover from the. I hope he's fine from that little scare he had in the New York Knicks game. Mitchell Robinson fell on his ankle, and it looked pretty bad. He was grabbing his ankle, and it scared me when I saw it. But I think he'll be fine. Hopefully he can be back for the game against OKC on Wednesday, and if not, he can rest up and prepare for the home game against them on Friday. So yeah, that's all I got to say about the Raps, and just some positives and exciting things to come.
Though, man. Westbrook, he's scary, bro. His stats are, my God. He's got 23 points per game. Am I right? I
think it's around 21 this season. I mean, his shooting percentage this season has been a little down. He's been one of the...
he's at 2.282 3-point percentage.
32?
Huh?
What is he at?
0.282.
Yeah, that's 28.2%. So I think the league average is around 34.
So he's under.
So he's well under that. And then if you wanted to look at...
3-point percentage is 100.
If you wanted to look at advanced stats, his true shooting percentage is 49.8%. I believe the league average in true shooting is 55. So he's sitting lower in the he plays at the rim a lot. He attempts a decent amount of threes. Obviously doesn't hit them at a consistent rate. And his field goal percentage is 42.7%. So I think the key for OKC to be successful is just simply have a Westbrook to be a more consistent player. He's very good at playmaking. He's very good at rebounding the ball. He's really good on the fast break, and he's just a great player. But to average the 11 assists he's averaging on the season, it does help to have a guy like Paul George on your team who's really strived with this team. And he released a quote saying that OKC is where he's comfortable. And clearly, by the way he's playing this season, he made the right decision. So that's enough of MLB. That's enough of NBA. Now moving on to the MLB. Mike Trout, a player that Bryce Harper said, of course I'm going to try to get him to Philly. Well, sorry, Bryce, that's not going to happen.
Sorry,
he signed the biggest contract in MLB history. It has to be. Well, it's bigger than Bryce Harper, and I think he was the biggest free agent signing, so it's different, but it has to be the biggest contract in MLB history.
That's ridiculous.
12-year deal worth over $430 million. I think the exact number is $432 million. What do you have to say about the insane and stupid amount of money that players are getting paid to play the game that they love?
No, man. It's ridiculous, man. Sports get overpaid.
It's
straight
stupid,
up,
man.
Like,
I mean,
don't
the
like to
MLB
talk
has
about
no
myself,
cap.
but fuck, I'm doing construction, barely making six figures at a full wage. And these guys are literally making what's that? $36 million per season.
It's around. It's like 35.88. So yeah, if you want to round it up,
$36 million
36
per season to play a sport they love to play. To play baseball, I'll play that shit for like $200,000 a year.
I pay that shit for $100,000, $150,000 a year. You're playing a sport, man. But I mean, they did work really hard to get here. But
yeah, but still, $430 million is ridiculous. You'll never, ever, ever spend that.
I mean, we're calling this so stupid, but like the NBA's had signings like Chris Paul signing a 4-year $160.
Yeah, that's just stupid.
Well,
what does Ronaldo sign for half the time?
Yeah, I don't
know much
follow
about soccer.
I don't follow footy like that, but I don't even think
I'm
Ronaldo
sure he signed for stupid amounts.
Yeah,
Tiger Woods has signed with was it Nike?
Nike. He makes a lot of
$1 billion
sponsors.
they signed.
How much?
$1 billion.
Really? Eh?
He signed a contract. I don't know if I'm 100% right on that, but I'm pretty sure a friend told me that he likes golf. He told me $1 billion.
I wouldn't be surprised. He's literally the face of
Golf.
golf.
But
there's
bro,
not another golfer that will bring
that
people to
literally
watch.
feed his kids.
Yeah, he's
kids.
set for multiple lifetimes.
Like what? Just give me like a quick $1 million. I'm off it. That's all I
Yeah,
want.
you're set for life if you
Hey,
manage
Tiger,
that
if you're
properly.
listening to this ever, give me a quick milli. E-trans me. Simple. I'll take it. I might even put my shit on direct deposit, so I don't even have to accept the answer.
But that's like really crazy to me.
No, $430 million is crazy. 432 to be exact. Let's say the exact amount just to be right. $432 million is crazy.
And there's no opt-outs and a full no
yeah,
trade clause.
So he's there for 12.
So that means that he can't say I want out.
No,
He's
there.
there.
For 12.
Which
And how old is he right now? 20.
he's 27, man. So he's signed a contract in Anaheim till he's 39.
Yeah, that's fucked.
That is insane, man.
Almost 40
So he's
years old.
basically his whole career is going
His
to be
whole
in Los
career is with
Angeles.
him, yeah.
And he's already been in the MLB for a decent amount of time, and the Angels haven't been able to do anything. I don't know. Maybe he sees some signs in the future that they can possibly be better, but
I hope he'll get better.
I
think he deserves
he's
it,
the
man.
best
If
player
he's-
in the
if he's
MLB.
if he's getting that, like,
He's
good
the best
for
player in
him,
the MLB.
honestly. Like, straight up. I know it's a lot. It's crazy. We're talking schmaggerdaggle about how he's getting a lot of money and shit, but honestly, good for you, man.
Yeah.
If you're that good, honestly, you do deserve it. Sports do get overpaid, but good for you. Straight up.
Hey, man. It's not his fault he's getting paid that much.
No.
So, yeah, I think it's just stupid that the MLB has no cap.
No rap cap.
Hopefully the Angels can surround him with talent and they can possibly do something with this massive contract they have
I
for
think
one
he
of the best
deserves
players
it,
in the
no?
league. Go ahead.
He deserves it.
Yeah, it's like I'm not arguing the fact that he doesn't deserve the money. Like
No,
if you're
I'm saying
looking
he
at
deserves a better team around him so he can,
oh
with how long he's been in.
God, yeah, like he's already 27, and I don't know. Like he must have saw potential for the Angels, to maybe contend in the future, or maybe he personally believes that money's more important than winning. So I mean, setting yourself up for life, and your kids up for life, and your kids up for life. Maybe that's more important to him, and he's just taking advantage of his time. So you never know.
Times 5.
Pardon me?
Kids times 5.
Yeah, like that's multiple lifetimes worth of money right there. $430 million. That is a crazy number. You have anything else to say about this money?
No, I've already said what I had to say. It's nuts, straight up. But again, repeating myself, good for him. It is a lot of money, but good for you, man.
Yeah, well,
I rate it. If he's one of the best, it's almost like they deserve it. Because like you said, they work their ass off to get where they are, man.
yeah, like you've trained your whole
every
life.
single day, training your ass off, sweating, blood, sweat, and tears in the game. They live and breathe this game. They wake up and think baseball.
100%.
That's the only way you make it. If you want to make it to a league, you got to wake up, say hockey, you got to think hockey. When you're eating, I want to go play hockey right after hockey. That's literally the best way to make it. That's what Austin Matthews said in a documentary I was watching. I don't know, about a month ago. He was saying, like, when I was a kid, I used to go to sleep. I'd think about, fuck, I can't wait to get up the next morning and play hockey. He'd get up, play hockey. Eat, he would be like, I want to go back on the ice right after I eat. Like, you gotta live, breathe, everything.
And he's one of the best players in the NHL.
That's what I'm saying.
But just like...
consistency in practice makes perfect.
That's crazy, though. One of the best players in the NHL versus one of the best players in the MLB. It's $11 million versus 36.
The difference is stupid.
Like, the NHL is the lowest paying professional league, but their prices do seem to be going up. So
that's still enough, though.
11 million is still more than enough. 36
he's like
is
22,
excessive.
isn't he?
Pardon me?
He's like 22.
Yeah, he's like 22.
11 million, 22. I'm going right to buy a Ferrari.
Yeah, man. Just go out and buy
Some other guys look like an absolute pimp.
That's right, man.
He comes in the game looking like a pimp. You seen the pic with him and Marner?
No, I didn't.
Black tux, AirPods in, black toucan.
I might have seen that picture.
What the fuck's the type of hat they wear with the like a top hat, but it's not kind of.
Oh, I know. I saw that photo. That was a beauty photo.
Pimps.
Yeah, that was sick.
Like, you're coming in the game, you love to play looking at absolute beauty.
Yeah.
But no, for Trout, good for you, buddy. You deserve it. You're one of the best. You do deserve it. But I don't know what else you want to say about anything else. You got anything else or no?
That's it from
That's
me, man.
basically the biggest MLB thing we got to talk about.
That's
as soon
it.
as that happened, Cameron texted me. I was like, I put in all caps. That's for the pod.
It's for the pod, boys. It's for the boys.
But yeah, I think that's it. No. All right. If you guys enjoyed this one, unless you want to elaborate anything else, no.
No, I'm done,
I
man.
want to say good for him because that's a special.
Good for
thing
him, man. Happy for him. A little jealous.
Facts,
I will not make anywhere near that money in my life. I'll be happy if I can make $1 million. So that's all I got to say about that.
But yeah, boys, that's gonna be the end of the podcast. If you guys did enjoy, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button on the YouTube. Comment anything you want to see. Yeah, subscribe, share with your friends. But if you guys want to see anything, you want to see us talk about anything, let us know in the comments. Even DM us, like I said, on the Instagram, SamNCamPodcast. But that's gonna be it for the podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll catch you Thursday.
Thanks for joining, guys.